It's the motherfucking 104th podcast. That's 2 years, man.
Listen to this.
Okay.
Keeping students calm with respite. That's how you say that word, R-E-S-P-I-T-E.
Yep, respite.
Respite. Keeping students calm with respite. Every day, Deshaun Davis takes a break from his second grade class at Nellie Stone Johnson Elementary to spend 15 minutes burning off some extra energy, running around, or playing catch in the school's sensory room.
What is a sensory room?
I don't know. It's a break room. The break room and its leader, known to students as Miss Aaron, are part of a solution that has dramatically reduced the number of behavioral issues at the North Minneapolis Elementary. By this time last school year, Principal Kelly Wright had tracked more than 200 calls and referrals to the behavior support team. This school's so bad, they have a behavioral support team. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of that. But do you think that's just like, you know how when we were growing up, we just had like the fucking guidance counselor? Do you think that's just like how the language has evolved, like with everything becoming more like woke and fucking corporatized?
Maybe. I had a disciplinarian.
Right, that's what I mean. They wouldn't call it a disciplinarian now because that's too harsh.
Right.
So they're like, what is it? The behavioral support manager?
Support team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They got the number down from 200 calls to 50.
Wow.
That's real change.
That's good shit.
I can't tell you how many calls we would get last year about students just needing breaks.
So I thought it was a teacher that was like going for a little run.
No, these are the kids. These are the elementary school students. Now apparently whenever they need a break from class, they could go 15 minutes, spend it in the sensory room. This is on top of recess.
What the fuck?
Recess is included
whenever they want, they can do it, or is it once a day?
I don't know, but this has to stop now. You know, the parents calling up saying that the kids, oh, it's your fault.
My kids need a respite.
My kids need a break. You're getting him in trouble all the time. He needs a break.
Well, when I think of the word respite, it's like you're overwhelmingly stressed because of how terrible your life is.
Yeah.
These kids are it's elementary school.
They have building blocks.
Yeah. They should be having a fucking blast.
They don't need...
Their whole fucking school time is a break.
I get it. School, no, it's tough, man. Elementary school, it was very tough for me. I got in trouble all the time.
Oh, so did I.
I would go into the girls' bathroom. I would climb under the seats of the bus. I put socks in my mouth and stuff.
I wouldn't do any of that. But my mom, I just saw my mom for Christmas, and she told me and Sydney that, every year she would have to come in for, like, the parent-teacher meeting, and they'd just be like, yeah, like, Thomas is really not on top of anything. Like, if you don't get his shit together, like, he's gonna, like, not pass the second grade.
Troubled, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my second grade teacher told me I should be institutionalized.
Really?
Medicated.
Wow.
She wanted to get me on drugs, and my dad, he wasn't taking it. She had to write an apology to my family.
Wow.
Because of how
your dad went in.
This woman, Miss Bitch.
I know
talked
this
about
story.
Miss Bitch for years. She put me into speech therapy class. She put me in a math class with all disabled kids. It was me and 5 disabled kids.
I mean, at what point you're a disabled kid at that point, aren't you?
I felt like it.
Yeah.
I sure felt like it.
Because you can't, at some point, you can't be like, yeah, everyone in my class was disabled but me.
I had trouble with math. It
was a mistake.
And now, I don't think if I had some sort of sensory room to run away to, that wouldn't help.
What are these kids doing?
That wouldn't help me any.
I mean, like, I'm trying to get inside of an elementary schooler's head. I wonder what's in this room. But it, like...
Miss Bitch?
Yeah?
Miss Bitch gave me a bouncy ball. The only kid in the class.
Wow.
She gave me not one of the yoga balls. She gave me a yoga ball to sit in because she thought I was too antsy.
Okay, and it gets your energy out, but you're also
so I
sitting.
sit on the yoga ball.
and you bounce up and down.
And I bounce.
Riding
Only kid. Think about that. The only kid in the room with a bouncy ball.
That's pretty insane.
She may as well put a Star of David on my shoulder.
Or like a dunce cap and a T-shirt that says "I am disabled."
Right. She told me to never draw again. Think about that.
That's an insane thing to tell a second grader.
Think about where I am now,
That's
Miss
some
Guthrie.
evil shit.
I'm saying her real name now.
Miss Guthrie.
I'm
wow.
dropping the Miss Bitch moniker.
Fuck her. That is crazy, especially considering, I mean, you look at some of Eric's artwork now.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty great.
It's pretty good.
That drawing you have of your house, some of those self-portraits.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, and Miss
Had you
Guthrie.
listen to Miss Guthrie.
She
Miss
tried
bitch.
to stifle it, but
Bitch Guthrie.
But the thing is, Miss Guthrie, when she told me that, she lit a fire in my soul.
Good.
That
Prove her wrong.
That I had to prove her wrong. And if I was in a sensory room, if I was sent off to the sensory room, instead of getting yelled at by Mr. J, I'm name dropping everybody tonight.
Fuck him.
Mr. J, friends with my great uncle, he would discipline me all the time.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm trying to think when they send kids to this sensory room, like the only thing that I could see making sense is if they have like a hamster wheel in there and they send the kids that are kind of going too crazy and they just have them run on the hamster wheel until they can't breathe.
I'm looking at the picture right now, man. It's an all-white room with yoga mats and a little boy sprinting.
It sounds like solitary confinement, but that's what I mean. It's like literally like they got a hamster wheel for them so they can just get the energy out. I like they should just get. I mean, why not get like cattle prods at a certain point and be like, run?
Right.
Yeah.
Together with school staff, she determined which students were struggling to stay on task and what time of day.
You know that language, like she determined which students were retarded.
She profiled them.
She really did.
She racially I'm looking at these pictures. She racially profiled these kids.
Okay, well maybe it's are they all black? It could be an all black class.
She determined which students were struggling to stay on task and what time of day, sometimes right after lunch or you're telling me these fuckers get out of recess and they need extra time in the break room?
I don't even see the appeal of the break room. It sounds so shitty. I mean, if it is elementary school, don't you got fucking like you said, building blocks in the fucking room? Why would you want to go to a different room? And just where there's fucking yoga mats.
Yoga mats, and it looks like there's the ABCs on the wall.
That's insane. I mean, it sounds like a punishment to me. I feel like they're like making it out to sound like the kids love it.
What are they doing to these kids behind closed doors?
It sounds like a worse form of fucking like detention.
Crosby meets with those students for sessions in the sensory room, usually just 5 to 15 minutes at a time. And she's often on call if a teacher needs her to offer a break to any other students throughout the day.
See, this language is fucking creeping me out.
This is
dude.
creepy.
This fucking ambiguous language. What's going on? Sessions? She's spending 5 to 15 minutes with these kids during sessions with them.
That sounds like something Epstein would do.
Literally.
Sessions.
What was the sentence you just read?
And she's on call if a teacher needs her to offer a break to any other students throughout the day.
Offer a break to a student. Like that
Break
is
them
some
in.
fucking weird shit. That creeps me out.
It's like they decompress when they come here, Crosby said from the sensory room, which offers an array of activities, including a trampoline and a tunnel to crawl through.
Okay, so they're like cats.
Like a human trafficking tunnel. Down below the school, into the sewers.
Right out to the island.
I keep having this recurring nightmare that I go outside and I hear little kids screaming in a storm drain. Help, help.
Oh, no.
And then I was scrolling through my notes app to, try to get ideas. And 2 years ago, I had written that in my notes.
Oh, no.
For like a horror concept, like little kids screaming in a storm. Now it's haunting me. I dream about this constantly.
Sounds like it.
It is.
That is the concept.
It is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just come here and play or just sit and talk. Then they go back to class, and then they're good for the day.
Hook them up to that morphine drip, and they're good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, man. I don't know. There's a bunch of other shit on here, but let's see how this ends. Wright said it's so popular that more students are asking to take a break with Well, of course. Of course the students are asking to take a break.
Well, I really want to know what's actually happening in there because, like, yeah, I don't know.
They must have been doing this for years. Because I work with...
Right.
Bleep that.
Yeah.
I'm bleeping that one.
Okay.
I work with her, and she's doing nothing all day long. She's gone for 45 minutes at a time, taking a poop.
Just doing whatever.
Doing whatever. I'll find her in a corner of the building. She must have had one of these sensory rooms.
When I was in high school, I took Chinese, and my main move every day in high school.
You took Chinese.
I took Chinese. I took the Chinese language, and every single day I would go to the class was normally like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Our periods like varied per day, so it could be longer. But either way, if it was a 50-minute class, I would ask to go to the bathroom like 5 minutes in, spend 35 minutes in the bathroom, and come back and finish class. And on my report card, my teacher wrote like, yeah, Thomas is like doing fine in Chinese, but every single day he goes to the bathroom for 30 minutes or more.
Take him to the doctor.
Right on my report card.
Right.
And thankfully, at that level of my high school career, I was getting my report cards out of the mailbox before my parents could see them. So they didn't see that. But I treasured that report card because I thought it was really funny.
Scrapping them.
Yeah.
When I was in school, they would just give it to you. They would give you the report card.
Oh, really?
So I just get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I did. But yeah, I just had to be a little vigilant.
Now, this is different. You skipping class, going to the bathroom, hiding out, that's rebellious.
Yeah.
You know you're doing something wrong.
Yes, certainly.
When we would break apart these report cards, throw them in the trash, burn them, we knew we were bad kids.
We were bad kids.
Now, at fucking Crosby Elementary or whatever,
it's making
Cosby
them better,
Elementary,
apparently.
Maybe they don't even give report cards anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like some, this is your son's like behavioral support score.
Your son did not kill anybody.
So he passes. We run on a pass-fail system here, and as long as you don't commit murder or manslaughter in the class, you pass.
Good. You're good. These kids, they get it through the system. They're allowed to just go to the sensory room and dick off, do whatever they want.
The bar seems to get lower with each passing year, and I think with COVID, it dropped really severely.
Yeah.
There's some really great videos that my sister has gotten of my older sister, who's a teacher. She teaches like a kindergarten class of like kids who are, I guess, special needs.
Which are just regular kids now.
I guess.
All kids are. We're growing up in a special needs world.
I think these kids, I guess, are especially troubled. But there's some great videos of my older sister like doing these insane dances for her class over Zoom.
Okay.
During COVID. I mean, she was trying her best, and I think she probably did pretty well. But it's like
she's dancing.
What's going on?
What kind of dances?
Well, I don't even fucking know. Something like and like timing it with the kids and like just getting them to move probably in their
getting
homes.
them to look at the screen.
Right. Yeah, something.
She has to compete with TikTok and YouTube.
7 other tabs open.
All this other shit. We're gonna be
vibrated the bench, dude. I felt that here.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just saying that was powerful.
Yeah, I my health troubles are coming back, but I'm not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
These kids, man, these little kids, it's what's going to happen when we're old.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're the future.
They're the future.
What's the, and we're giving them probably, not we, because we kind of walked into a fuck situation as well. But like, things are getting worse around here. It's hot in Minnesota in winter. What's going on? These kids are going to have a horrifying planet that they exist on.
Let them inherit it.
I guess.
Let them have it.
They
could jump on the trampolines in the sensory room all day long.
That's true.
Who's going to fly the planes?
I don't know, man.
Who's going to run the stores?
80-year-old senile men and women.
We better die young.
I think that's going to happen, but yeah.
In our By the time we lose control of our bodies, we have dementia, Alzheimer's already at my work. These people, they're not getting the proper care.
No.
But we turned out okay.
Yeah, I think we did.
Because our we didn't have the out. We had to rebel.
Right.
We were told, we were disciplined, and we had to break free of that.
Yeah.
And that builds character.
I think it somewhat definitely does. But these kids are being sort of rewarded for like nice. Doing the bare minimum, right? And when we did the bare minimum, it was like we were scolded for it.
Yeah.
And then we had to find something else to do because we just didn't want to do the things that other people were telling us to do.
Yeah.
These kids obviously don't either because, listen, school sucks. But they're being like fucking given high fives for it, so they won't have the motivation. Like Miss Bitch lit a fire under your ass, right?
Miss Bitch, Miss Guthrie.
These kids will not have that same experience. That they will have no one to prove wrong.
No.
So they're not going to go out and like be great just to say fuck you to somebody one day. Like say fuck you, Miss Guthrie, on the podcast.
And look where we are now.
On a bench in
We're
the
doing
middle
a
of a park
podcast
in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota.
We have flourishing internet careers.
Collectively, we've probably got 55,000 subscribers.
55,000, and that's in the top 1% of all YouTube channels on Earth.
It
If you think about it, we are 1%ers.
Yeah.
And this is only the beginning.
Yep. We're 2 years into this podcast, and
Yeah.
we're maybe going to start doing more public ones regularly because we finally feel like we're okay at it.
Well,
maybe.
It's out of desperation.
Yeah, but I also finally feel like, well, what's the point of hiding all of them at this point? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get a couple new patrons,
Yes.
A patron once every 6 months.
Speaking of, shout out Sam Hodge, shout out Trash Image. Thank you for joining the Patreon.
Sam Hodge joined yours?
Yeah. Is he off yours?
I don't know, but he could have upped his pledge on mine and
thanks, Sam.
Instead.
You know what? Instead, Sam, up your pledge on my Patreon and delete your pledge on Eric's. Eric's making enough money on Patreon. Doesn't need more.
I'm not. I keep breaking 500. No, 600. I'm barely hitting 600.
I'm getting close to 3, which is nice.
I think Sam Hodge said something. Before we get into anything else, I'm going to see what Sam Hodge said.
Okay, and then we should probably get into the thing.
Yeah, what we did yet? Oh, I'm thinking of Samuel Rush.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Anyhow, what did we do last night?
Yesterday night, well, Thomas invited me to this, what would you call it, a film festival?
Not quite a festival, I guess. Kind of like an event.
It's an event.
Yeah, like a film screening event that they host monthly here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's called Scream It Off Screen.
At the Parkway Theater.
In downtown Minneapolis, yeah.
And Thomas put one of his videos into the mix.
Yep, it was my second time submitting. First time was voyeurism. This time I submitted the raccoon exterminator video.
And I thought this would be a little dinky, because every little film get-together I've been to, it's been 20 people max in the audience.
Right.
If that. I did this one thing where I was a judge for a film festival, and the only people watching were me and the 3 other judges.
Damn, dude, you're that O. Do you see how perfect that O is?
Yeah, there's a smoke O in the background.
That's crazy.
I hope they see that.
Yeah.
That's good luck.
That's
an Indian good luck.
Yeah, okay. Is that real?
No.
Okay.
But so there's Scream It Off Screen, where people can submit videos.
Yep.
Anybody could submit it.
Anybody
it's free.
can submit, and if you say you're attending, they will most definitely screen your film.
100%.
And basically the concept is in the title where if you don't like the film, you can yell. And if enough people are yelling and enough people are not yelling against your yelling, so the people who, if you don't like a film, you yell gong because they hit a big gong to get it off screen.
Let's say a big, piece of shit's on the screen, okay?
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes of just a picture of shit. People could yell, gong,
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 gong.
and if for some reason, people want to see the shit on screen. At first, they could go, shh, shh.
But if the yelling is too
the yelling's
loud,
too much, they could go, let it play.
let it play.
Let it.
And then they duel, and if it's too much of a toss-up with the screaming, the host of the show, Terry, comes on stage, lifts his hands up, and you stand up if you want to keep watching the film, and if more than half are standing up, they continue watching the film. Either way, it's kind of a nice little chance for the audience to exercise their malicious underlying tendencies.
I thought only 10 people were going to be there.
Yep.
Thomas saved Kate and I 2 seats.
I did.
We show up late. We park.
You showed up on time.
We're walking to the theater, and there are crowds of people. This is like if you were going to a concert, at Target Stadium, and there's a line of people walking down the street, and everybody is giddy, chatting.
People love it, man.
I walk in there. It's shoulder to shoulder packed.
Yeah.
There's a bar. There's popcorn. It was awesome. I was shocked. There was like 200 people there.
I mean, more. I think this theater sits like 360 people.
And it sold out.
It sells out every single month.
Every time.
I could only get tickets for us because I submitted. It was yesterday. I submitted the night before the event, guys, because I was really behind on work, and I didn't think I'd finish getting the subtitles together because you have to fucking subtitle your video to get it screened. And so I finished it super last minute, and then I was like, oh, right, I actually didn't buy tickets yet. So I emailed them, and because it says sold out online. So I emailed them, and I got like the last of the last tickets for us.
Man, and these hosts, they were bringing their all. Terry, he's dressed like a jester.
Yep. Some kind of weird jester.
There's Smiley, right?
Screamy,
excuse me. A big face, big mouth face.
Yep.
There's King. There's King on the piano.
On the keys.
And he's giving a background track to the whole show.
Yes, sir.
And then there's Numi.
Yep.
Numi was like this big,
weird, fleshy,
4-breasted monster.
Yep. Alien thing.
And I walk in there, Thomas is sitting there. I have to sit next to him. I hate sitting next to Thomas.
Why?
I don't know what it is. When I'm next to Thomas, it's hard to, make eye contact with him.
Well, it's awkward to do that when you're, sitting shoulder to shoulder with somebody.
And I
what
hate that with anybody.
Kiss me?
I hate that with anybody, but especially with Thomas. I'm right next to him, and I'm going to go like this.
Well, that's what I don't think movie theaters are super conducive to conversation.
No. Right.
Yeah.
And this thing starts. Oh my God, the show was incredible. It was so theatrical.
Yeah, very over the top. And I don't even really the last one I went to. I don't think you got a great show.
Huh?
The one that I showed voyeurism at, I felt was a lot better in terms of the lineup of the films and in terms of the prepared bits that Terry had. I felt like this was kind of a weak show.
I really loved how shitty it all was.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's mostly trolls. The guy that played first, him singing that song with
the old dude,
his buddy, the old guy.
Yeah.
He's kidding, right?
Yeah. I think they make a point of getting gonged every single time.
Okay.
And I think it helps the atmosphere because the audience loves to gong.
Yeah.
And you need a foil. So I think they're doing a good service.
These people are vicious in the crowd.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of pink-haired, purple-haired.
We described them well, which is we had a bunch of Hasanabis.
Hasanabis?
Yeah.
Isn't it Hasanabi?
Oh, maybe.
It's a bunch of Hasanabi lookalikes. It was one guy in particular right in front of us. He looked just like Hassan.
Image of Hasanabi.
And they all watch I Think You Should Leave.
Right, that's what we also said. Yeah, it was either I Think You Should Leave guys or Hasanabi guys.
And these people, I could tell a lot of them were veterans.
What?
Veterans, not war veterans, veterans
what
of
are you
the show.
talking about? Yeah, no, they have a lot of regulars.
They go there all the time.
Yeah, they have regulars for sure.
I want to be a regular now.
All right, go for it.
I think you're not going to join me.
Not unless I'm submitting.
Well, I'm not going to go there for no reason.
Okay.
The whole point is to have something in there.
Yeah, all right.
All these people watching, they're losers.
Yes.
The winners are
losers too.
It felt like the Oscars, man. I had 3 drinks. 2 double
Yeah,
shots
I
of
was gonna
Tito's in each
say
drink.
let's be clear about you had 3 doubles.
3 doubles. And I was just on top of the world. And Thomas said, "Are you gonna go on stage with me?" I didn't even consider this.
What, no, okay. First of all, you were like, Kate was like, "Oh, you should go on stage with Thomas," and you were like, "No," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you should." And then you were like, "No, I won't do it." And then later in the show, Eric turns
3
to me.
drinks in.
Yeah, he's like, "Actually, let me come up on stage with you. Give me the mic first. I have an idea." And I was like, "All right." And let me preface this by saying, before the show started, I turned to you and I was like, "So." Like, you were like, "What do you say when you're on stage?" And I was like, "I don't really say anything. I say like a couple sentences like, hey,
a lot of people have like big speeches about how artistic, their work is and how amazing they are, and just keep making art, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. A lot of it is like people there's a certain class of person that gets on stage and like really just starts spewing self-indulgent crap. And the audience does not want that. They want you to fucking get off the stage most of the time. And like one kid in particular really just went on and on about like himself. A few people did, really.
Yeah.
And it's like it never gets a good response. And I'm always thinking like, get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, there was the biggest standout of the night.
Yep.
Was this? There's a dog howling. This gentleman went up on stage.
Yep.
Okay. And he pulled out his sheet of papers or notes.
Yeah,
he wrote a speech.
He had it in his shirt pocket, in his flannel.
His shirt pocket. He pulled it out. And he goes, he was Somali. And he says, "Oh, I brought the wrong notes. This just says
Free Palestine, 100 times.
100 times.
Audience erupts in applause because they're all pretty frightened.
Yes. And then he says this. Okay.
Yep.
He says, "I could see a lot of you are uncomfortable now." That's what he said.
As he parroted the view that everyone in that fucking theater held. And you and I were on stage, right?
You can't see anything.
You can't see fucking shit.
You can't see a single person.
I wanted to say that when I was on stage. I was like, "You guys look uncomfortable." Just kidding. I can't see any of you.
You can't see anybody. Maybe he was standing somewhere.
No fucking
where he caught
way.
a glimpse.
I'm up there. I'm up there. Fucking blinding.
I could see purple in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. And it was great. I couldn't see anybody.
Right.
Well, I embarrassed myself.
Yes. Yes. We'll get to that.
And then he says, "If anybody gongs this," what did he say? "I'm gonna bar the doors."
Yeah.
He like threatened to kill everybody.
Yeah, he did. And remember when he first got up on stage, the first thing he said was like, "America #1," and then he held the mic out and was like, "America #1" for us to repeat it.
Oh, right.
And then he said something else in a similar vein, and then he said what?
Death to America.
Death to America.
Said "Death to America."
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
And then nobody repeated it, and he was like, "Got ya." And it was like, well, that didn't work. Yeah. So.
Yeah, right. It would be like if he went up on stage and said, "I'm going to kill all of you right now."
Well, which he did. And then, so I was, after he said, "I'm going to bar the door," I was like, "Oh, this place is getting blown up after this."
Yeah. And the thing is, we get to a point where, okay, we have to take a step back.
Yeah.
He says he's gonna kill all of us if he says he's gonna kill us if we don't like the thing.
Yeah,
okay?
and that if we gong the film, like what he said about the gonging was like, guys, don't gong it because like at the very end of the film, like it all ties itself together.
It ties itself together.
You gotta see it to the end. And
but he also did threaten to kill us.
And he was like, and if you do gong, I'm going to be barring the door. And again, it's like every single thing he tried to do is like a little stand-up bit. Because people fucking go up there and they they think they're doing stand-up. They think they got like a tight 5.
This guy went up there, he said, "I'm really scared being up here, especially because I've seen all of you on Tinder and none of you have matched with me."
Oh, yeah, that was that guy. Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
That was a canned joke and it went over fine, but I didn't think it was funny.
It didn't work for anybody.
Yeah. And then I don't even want to get into him going back up on stage.
For the piano
shit.
I don't even.
Yeah.
But just think about the Jack Black archetype, okay?
Yes.
It was
Yeah,
a bigger Jack Black.
With a quarter of the charisma, I would say.
Less, if that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I don't want to rag on that guy.
Yeah,
He was great.
He's
He
a
was
nice
great.
guy.
He put himself up on stage.
Yes.
If I was that guy, I wouldn't go on stage.
Yes.
Okay. So the dude says that the Somali guy, he says he's going to kill us. He says, don't gong it or I'm going to kill you. And also, you need to watch till the end. And then he also says that it takes place in 2030. 2031. So I'm thinking this is going to be like a sci-fi fantasy adventure. It's going to be awesome.
At least some sort of futuristic element. Because 10 years in the future, I'm like, all right, well, you know, like, there should be a reason for saying that.
Yeah. And then I need you to describe this because it's hard for me to remember exactly what happened. At this point, I'm 2.5 drinks in.
I'll jog your memory.
Kate's going to get the third one for me.
Yeah, I know. So I remember the film pretty well. It opens with some black and white footage, some tracking shots, guy holding a camera, he's handheld, and it starts off on a guy waking up near an underpass that we've shot a podcast under, and he gets up from the grass, because that's where homeless people sleep, obviously, is in the fucking grass. This guy really did his research on homeless people.
Yeah.
And so he wakes up in the grass, and it's like got a little name card that comes up that I can't remember. It was all like Jabron and Jamilo and shit. And he gets up from the grass, and then there's another guy who gets up from under the bridge. They were both sleeping and does like a little backflip. And it's all set to Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Oh, yes.
Some kind of weird remix of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Like, anyways, that song goes on for about 3 minutes. So they start off and they get a cardboard sign and they go to an intersection, and the cardboard sign says, "We only need water." And they're waiting at the intersection. Cars are passing. No one gives them there's no dialogue at this point. It's just like a music video.
Yep.
And so they're holding the sign. Nobody comes. They get mad. They rip the sign. The guy had a guitar. He throws the guitar into the bushes.
Okay.
And they're walking. It's, at this point, it's like paced fine, right? It's like the thing is progressing. He's not lingering. It's not taking a long time. It's like a minute's gone by. Then, because they couldn't get any water from passersby, they like steal a woman's car.
They steal her car.
Yeah.
Okay. So every short that's played so far, halfway through, the gong lights up.
Right. The red light comes on.
The red light comes on.
Which means you can... So, we didn't touch on this. You can't yell gong right away. For films 4 minutes or less, the red light comes on at the 3-minute mark. And for films longer than 4 minutes, the red light comes on at the halfway mark. So, once the red light is on, then you can start yelling gong. Anyways, continue.
Normally, even a masterpiece comes on the screen. People are yelling gong.
Because they like it.
Right when the light comes on.
Yeah, right.
They love the battle. That's the whole show.
Right.
This guy, nobody was gonging.
Nobody fucking gonged him.
Nobody was gonging. And I'm looking around at everybody, and they're sitting there quietly. They're scared.
Yep. Shaking in their boots. Because the film was like as shitty as the rest of them. It was a piece of shit.
It was one of the worst ones.
Yeah, I would agree.
And he said it took place in 2031. I wanted some sci-fi elements.
Oh yeah, and I didn't even touch on it. Opened with like news, like clips of news, like talking about natural disasters to be like the world is fucked, like to set that scene. And the only thing that maybe was futuristic about these present day news clips was
from 2018
that there was there was a green filter over them, like the fucking Matrix.
It's like the Matrix. I think that's okay. That's fair enough.
The future in the 90s, the way the 90s saw the future is what this was trying to do.
Okay. And so it continues,
So they steal the car.
Yep.
And then they meet up with a third friend, and they like end up on a bench together, like this bench actually.
Right.
And they're sitting 3 across on this bench, and continue. What happens?
They smoke crack or
Heroin.
fentanyl
It was
or
heroin.
heroin.
Yeah.
for a good 3 minutes.
They
5
freebase
minutes,
heroin.
They're smoking it out of
But
tinfoil.
before they even get to that, they're not even getting to the freebasing heroin because that comes at the little end. But there's about 5 minutes of conversation.
I think they're just speaking
unintelligible
not English.
conversation.
I am confident to say they just weren't speaking English.
For some of it, they were definitely speaking Somali or something else. And, you know, I said earlier you have to subtitle to enter, but that's not actually true. You have to subtitle to
If you
be
wanna win.
eligible to win,
Yeah.
but you can enter whatever. So this guy did not subtitle his film at all.
And this is the one where I think subtitles would be the most utilized.
Most helpful.
Most helpful.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden in the crowd, I hear one lone man, one brave soul out in the crowd goes, "Gone!"
And this is after this unintelligible conversation has been going on for 3 minutes. Poor audio. Everyone's talking over each other. You don't know what's going on. Gong.
It was unintelligible dribble from this was a perfect social experiment right here.
Yeah. Say Free Palestine on stage.
And I was thinking, you know,
Nobody's gone
as
in your
we were
movie.
watching this, I felt like I was at the Oscars. You know, I said that. I felt like I was on top of the world. And I said to myself, you know, let's let this play so I could feel good about myself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I can't let a bunch of white people play their little goofy white people shorts
I think
with
you
their
should
little
leave comedy sketches.
ukulele music and
Right.
the claymation and all that gay shit, you know?
Yeah.
And then the one Somali guy comes on, I can't blow him off. You know?
Yeah.
And if I let it play, my high will be even greater.
I'm a good person.
You know, I'm like, this is a night for everyone.
Right.
And we're taking a stand for Palestine.
Yep. How? I don't know, but we are.
Eventually, everybody starts gonging, man.
Yeah, that guy. So that guy set off a fucking chain reaction.
A chain reaction.
Everybody
felt
just
like they
wanted permission to gong, and that guy, fucking whoever that was.
that lone man. You know, and it's just like how everybody's saying retard again.
Right.
You know,
Are they? Did we get that back in style?
Everybody is saying retard
Oh, wow.
now. My most liberal friends are spouting retard left and right.
Shout out to me who never stopped.
We are the guys.
We really
that
are the
stood
guys.
through, sat there through it all. You know, we took it
The
on
first
the chin.
video we made together, we're yelling retard like nonstop. You remember that?
Which one was
The
that?
montage for your channel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying retard a lot. in
Oh
that one?
yeah, there's like we went under the underpass near my place, and you're like just yelling retard at the ocean or at the river.
Oh, like it was what people would call me. You know.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
it was
I
like
think so.
reflecting.
Yeah,
Fat ass retard.
yeah.
Right.
But you're just yelling retard. Yeah. Anyways,
So a wave, you know, goes through the audience, and what happens is when it's, you know, indecisive, they stop the whole thing.
yep.
and
Terry
they-
comes on stage.
Terry comes out, and they make people stand.
Yeah. And as I
If you
said, if
want it
more
to
than half
continue.
of the audience is standing, they will continue the film, and then you can't gong after that.
So, you know, all the people, you know, they jump up. And we all stayed sitting,
We
you know, in the
stayed
back.
seated. There was a piece of shit, and the guy, the filmmaker, was filming
I look
everyone in the
over.
audience with this smug look on his face. Everyone who wasn't standing, and being like, "Mm-hmm."
I look to the left of me. He's cataloging our
The people he's gonna kill later.
the people he's going to kill later.
Yeah.
Right? And we're on that list. This video is out there somewhere. Somebody please find this video,
At
because
some
this
point
guy,
during
he
this
got...
podcast, you're gonna see like a dark hooded figure come out from one of the just the back of the frame, and
I'm afraid what'll happen after we post this.
yeah, I don't know.
This coming out with this guy out there
Out and
somewhere.
about, he's local. I mean, shit.
This is a guy that lives near me.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I'm scared of that big lanky guy.
He did. I will say he did. Sort of unequivocally threaten us.
He did.
So,
All the time.
Yeah. So it's not like we're just saying this.
But what happens, they decide, okay, well, this looks like about half people standing, so
yeah,
we'll let it play through.
I'll be honest. I don't know if it was fucking half, but I think they gave him the benefit.
They're like, you know, this Parkway Theater can go up in flames tomorrow night. You know,
Not during our
we do
show.
not want to be liable. We're going to let this guy play.
Yeah.
And what happens normally is after they have that little battle where everybody stands, everybody kind of shuts up. They're like over it. They're like, just let it fucking finish. And that's what happened.
And so they freebase heroin, and the guy like takes a hit, and he sort of like goes up into space. There was one single cool shot of them from the back as silhouettes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
No, that was a good shot.
That was a cool shot.
But the pacing was terrible. That's the main thing.
And then all his friends abandoned him at the end because
really?
they all ran away when the cop showed up.
Oh,
and he was like,
yeah.
over.
One guy overdosed on the heroin, and the other guys ran away, and then he died presumably. I don't know.
So what and
then it ends, and then it's like, if you struggle with addiction, recall this number.
Oh, they had
call a support line. Which
yes.
like at what my girlfriend was saying this, but it's like the film did not feel like it was like helping people or trying to destigmatize anything. It felt exploitative.
Yeah. I mean, what happened? They stole a car. They stole a bicycle or something.
It felt like
and then they did heroin.
Well, it just felt like a real like sincere idiot's appraisal of what homeless people do. And that's not how homeless people they don't like go out and just be like, let's go on the street and ask for water, and then let's go steal a car, and then let's go do heroin. It's like, what do you, and they don't sleep in the grass. I don't understand.
The vision for this could have been, I could see it, right?
He could have gone to the any of the tent towns.
No homeless people would do this. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And a few more played. I don't know. What else? What else played?
Well, we the winner.
The winner, yeah.
Cave Video 1, which was a YouTube video. I saw it like a month and a half ago.
Me too.
And it's a great video. It's on YouTube. You guys should go check it out. It's called Cave Video 1. And it got a great response. And as soon as it played, I was like, oh, she's winning. Mine did not play. Mine played very last. So, but as soon as I saw that, it was sort of like I realized that she had beat me.
It was very David Firthian.
Very much so. And I messaged her today, and I was like, are you into David Firth? It reminds me so much of the sock aesthetic. And
don't tell me she said no.
She said, I haven't seen much of David Firth since Salad Fingers.
Shut up.
I know, dude.
That's bullshit.
I don't know, but it's because like at the end of the day, okay, it's like collage animation. David Firth didn't invent that.
No.
But
nah, man, the dude peeking his head down the hole.
I know.
Come on.
I know. It's so David Firth. That's the dude without skin. I mean, the video I'm thinking of is 3 Skins Without Men. Sock 5, like that is like a 1-to-1 fucking aesthetic match. Like I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, she said no though, so she was very nice. Go check out. I think her name is Carter Amelia something. It's Cave Video 1. Look up Cave Video 1.
And I feel like she deserved the win.
Oh, totally.
Because it was quirky.
Yeah, it was a good video. I liked the video.
It was very quirky.
There's some good lines in there.
You know,
my nootropic stack was on point.
Good random humor.
Yeah, totally. Topical.
And now I know, watching, I could win every time.
Oh, yeah?
I could win this show every time. No, I'm just kidding. But, I
want to talk about another. So, finally, we get to the end of the show.
I'm just kidding, you guys. That sounds very, egotistical that I could win. In fact, I know I would lose every time. I know I would. I know. I'm going to put videos in there. I'm telling you right now, this is my prediction for 2024. I'm going to put a video in there because it was so much fun.
It was a blast.
I know I'm going to lose, but go on.
We get to the end of the show. Finally, like, we're sitting there, we're waiting. It's like, they say, I think they must do this every time as a troll, because they said it during the last show that I was at. They're like, we're trying to be out of here by 9:30.
Oh, yeah.
9:30 ticks on by. It's 10. It's 10:30.
It's a running gag. They got so many amazing running gags.
Yeah, and so at like 10:30, they're like, finally, the last film of the night, The Exterminator Squad versus the Raccoons.
Every time he read that sheet of paper, I almost shit my pants.
Yeah.
I was very nervous. Very nervous for you.
The one time my heart really started beating out of my chest, this other filmmaker that I know, this guy Chris, had a film screen there, and I told him about Scream It Off Screen like a few months ago when I saw him at a different film thing. And he didn't know what it was, and I was like, he makes real artsy, fartsy films. I love him.
Yeah, that guy.
I really love his films. but like they not the crowd that I would expect him to screen something for at all. It's like he makes like non-narrative
it's just
experimental
visual effects.
film. Yeah, experimental film. And so he plays this really experimental film and people start gonging him. I like Chris a lot. So that was the one moment where like I was like my heart was beating out of my chest and where I actually yelled, "Let it play." Normally I just don't participate. But at that moment I was like, I feel bad for this fucking guy, dude. He's like so sincere. And my girlfriend told me something that fucking pissed me off to my core, which was like my girlfriend went to the bathroom at some point, and she's in the bathroom and she hears like people like talking shit about that guy Chris's film.
Really?
And they're in the bathroom and they're going like, yeah, anyone can do that. Like another white guy with a DSLR. And I'm like,
wow,
what the fuck do you think you're talking about? He's like doing experimental film at like a pretty fucking high level. And she's like, yeah, it's just so pretentious. It's just fucking shots of snow to music. Like, and I didn't see this woman. I don't know who she is. I want to hit this bitch. Shut the fuck up.
You're gonna hit her?
You don't know what you're talking about.
You're proving her right now, Thomas, by what you're saying, man. That you're going to hit her?
Yes.
Fuck it. Let's beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's kick her ass.
As white guys
I
with
was
DSLRs.
watching that thing going, how did he do this?
Right.
You know, I'm marvel. This person, and this will lend to my theory of why Thomas didn't win. Okay? So Thomas's name gets called.
Yes.
And I decided at some point, you know,
that Eric was going to go first.
I'm thinking, you know, what's my gag going to be?
Yes.
I found it. All right. They call our name. I'm already up. I'm running. I ran.
He's pretty far ahead of me.
I sprinted up the stage, and I'm kind of drunk at this point. I don't remember what happened. I blacked out, and then before I knew it, I could see Terry's face next to mine, and he's handing me the microphone, and he's kind of looking at me like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's the face he was making. And I want you to recount.
So, okay, we get on stage. Terry hands Eric the mic. I'm a little bit behind Eric. Eric starts going. So we mentioned earlier that there's this character, Numi. This kind of fleshy boob thing, alien,
yeah.
So Eric gets on stage. He's very effusive, very exuberant, over the top, like, oh my God, I've had so much fun here tonight. Let's hear it for Terry.
Because we were the last act.
Yep, yeah. So Eric's doing good so far. Starts off real strong. And he's like, and Numi. And then he's like, so is Numi really 1 year old? Because like Numi has got, you know, these boobs. I
said,
okay,
I go, happy 1 year birthday, Numi.
Yep, because it was her birthday for that show.
Now I know you're 1 year old, but you are fully human size.
Right, and you've got these full size breasts.
I didn't see the breast part yet.
Okay.
And Terry comes up to me, and this didn't pick up on the microphone.
No,
I heard from
Terry
Kate.
whispered in
so
your
it
ear.
seemed like it was like a break in the moment, you know, like he's telling me to shut up.
No,
okay?
but Terry's fully in character. I heard it.
And Terry said to me, he goes, well, this is Numi's first year on Earth.
Yeah.
So she's, say whatever you want.
She's of legal age. And that was assured to Eric by Terry. He should have said it in the mic.
And then I say, well, I want to fuck you, basically, you know.
Yeah, that was the bit.
This. I said, hit me up.
Yeah.
Numi.
And I will say, so when Eric gets to Numi, he's still going strong in the audience's eyes. The audience loves him up to that point. And then when Eric starts to go into the direction of
sexual.
I want to fuck you, Numi, we start hearing some gongs and some boos from the audience.
I did hear a couple gongs, yeah.
And then Eric starts going on after that.
Yeah.
I forget what you said. What did you start saying after that? You just started going and like I think you had felt inflated or you were just drunk, but you started like basically doing stand up.
No, I howled. I went woo, and then I went into the four breasts.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And then at that point, you know, Thomas punched me in the shoulder.
I slapped him on the side because the booing and the gonging had grown severe.
But people, you know, this was only a 10-second exchange.
You were going for like a minute and a half.
A minute?
Yeah, I'm serious.
No
dude.
way,
yeah,
man.
dude, because here's the thing. I thought Eric was going to go up, say like 3 lines, give me the mic. I would say a couple lines. We'd get off the stage. Eric went on for like a minute and a half. I know it doesn't feel that way.
It does. I don't.
But trust me, I would not have slapped you if it was 10 seconds.
I thought it went amazing in the moment.
The booing was crazy.
Yeah, I heard laughter.
We started at it just put us in a really bad audience light right off the bat.
You think so? You really think so?
My girlfriend and Sophie echoed this. They said the reaction was real bad down in the audience.
Oh, I thought it was. Numi is their sacred cow.
You started so strong, and had you broken off after just like Numi, like like it's your first birthday, great. Like I and even just said I want to fuck you, leave it there. But you kept going for a bit, and then you lost them, and then you kept going after that, and then you really lost them, and then you gave me the mic, and I just said, wow, Eric, that was a really funny bit. I hope you guys enjoy the movie.
Hey, and the laughter came right back?
It came right back because I saved us by shitting on Eric.
There was a
bit.
roaring laughter.
Yeah. So
I knew that would come back around. I knew that laugh would. I knew whatever you'd say would save that.
Right.
And I admit I have this problem where I think when I get a bad reaction, I revel in it.
I know you do.
I take pleasure in it.
Yeah.
And I push harder as a way to, counteract.
Well, that's what I was saying this to Sydney and Sophie in the car, where I was like, Eric does not like read a room and then respond accordingly. He reads the room and then keeps going because there's some part of Eric that's like, I will win them over by brute force.
I properly read the room, and when I know I have failed, I just have to, recover the momentum,
right, sure.
and go out strong for myself.
Right. Yeah.
And I think, hopefully somebody in the audience is watching this right now. No, probably not.
Probably not.
I want to hear someone else's side of the story,
Okay, well, I heard 2 other accounts, so.
Well.
Anyhow.
Kate must have been nice to me because she said it went great.
Because Sydney also was like, Eric did so good in the beginning, and then he fucking lost them.
Huh.
Yeah. And, yeah, I just think it is a sort of a situation where I think you got a few laughs in the beginning and you inflated, and then you kept going when you should have dropped the mic.
The thing is, it was so quick, I don't even remember.
Right. It is kind of a blur. Anyways, we get to the film itself.
But I just have to say, when I go back, I'm not stopping.
Oh, I know.
I'm going for Numi again.
I'm not going to try to stop you.
I'm going for Numi again, and I'm going double time.
Okay.
I'm making that vow right now.
I mean, listen, man, you have my full support.
Thanks.
But will be for when you submit something.
Yeah.
I'll be going up alone from now on.
No, I'm going up with you.
Well, then I'm going up with you, and I'll try to save you.
Please.
Yeah. Okay.
Please.
Anyways, we get to the film starts playing, and it gets like a lukewarm response, I would say. Probably wasn't the best film to submit to this sort of thing. I thought it would go over better. Did not. Voyeurism got like a really incredible response, like better than any video. If Voyeurism was submitted to this one, it would have smoked Cave, I promise you.
Yeah.
It got such an incredible response that maybe I had high expectations, because I finished and I was like, oh, well, that one's shit.
See.
And, Sydney, you said it went fine. You said it went fine. I think it probably went okay. We got some laughs. We got some gongs. Terry came up on stage and did the stand-up, and we got more than half standing up, so we got to finish the movie. But it felt long to me. It was like kind of a brutal, like, I don't know. It's just kind of a, I don't know. I don't know if it's something that does super well now knowing this, like, for an audience. I think it's like a YouTube fucking video.
I think, people were very pleased. Of course, it's so, and this is what I'm going to get at. Why I didn't get the best reaction, why that lady was shit-talking that white man. That's what she said, that white man.
White man with a DSLR, and also a white lady saying that, so.
Another case of racial profiling.
Yeah, I mean.
And, they see me, this boisterous boy, big-bellied, sexual boy.
I enjoyed. I liked you. I wanted you to keep alliterating with that. Big-bellied, boisterous.
This boisterous, big-bellied baddie
Yeah,
comes
exactly.
up on stage, and he's talking about how much he wants to fuck one of the
mascots.
Okay?
Yeah.
In a room full of me's.
Yes, correct. No, in a room full of fucking Hassan Pikers.
In a room full of Hassan Pikers, they thought that was a little inappropriate.
Yes, they did.
And now this short comes on with these
Here, can I give you some advice, actually?
Yeah.
So next time I want you to go up there and say, Numi, I want to fuck your brains out.
I think that would do well.
And hold your head boobs back and like pull them like hair and also free Palestine.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I'll thrust into the air, too.
Exactly.
I'll stick my finger through my pants and make a little penis.
Yes.
And thrust at Numi. And maybe I'll chase her.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll run at her. I'll run at her.
Just attempt to tackle her.
Okay?
Yeah. Who knows if it's a man or a woman in that suit? You don't know.
I don't care.
Yeah. Somebody's getting fucked.
Thomas's video comes on, and it's 3 boys, 4 white guys
having a gay old time,
and they're goofing off. They're saying shit. They're saying fuck. They're gonna catch some raccoons. I would guess 60% of that audience is just like that girl.
Yeah.
I think right away in their brain they went,
fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys. Talking about Numi like that, and I'm sorry I ruined it, Thomas. You weren't mad at me. Were you mad at me when you left?
No fucking way.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I really reveled in your failure too.
Okay. Okay.
Not that you failed. I reveled in the booing, I should say.
Yeah. I was shocked. I heard some booing. I'm like, I'm going on. I'm keeping going.
I enjoy. I don't know. I kind of love being on stage. I don't really overdo it, but I enjoy like the rush.
You did a great job, and the thing was, I wasn't even nervous when I went up there. At that
me neither.
Point.
Yeah, no, you feel nothing, or at least I don't.
And so Thomas's video played. It ended, and then everybody gets to scream to decide who won.
Right.
He has a little decibel meter
reader. Yeah.
When it was, the cave video came on, the whole fucking audience went wild,
crazy.
man. And then Thomas's video came up. It was just us.
No, we got a little bit more. It was hard to tell because like we're all screaming next to each other. But I got word from Joy that we got a good response. We came second place basically. But I will say,
Cave video won by a large margin,
huge margin. It was like really saying I got second place is like fucking lame. Because what really happened was Cave Videos smoked the show.
You probably got 8th place.
Everybody else got last. Like, that's how it felt.
And so the show ends. We all walk out. It's snowing.
It is snowing.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice.
It's a great night. I'm trying to talk with Thomas. He says, I'm going home. Maybe 5 or 6 times.
Dead tired. I think I said it once, and then I went home.
And then they went, and I sat in my car with Kate, and I pulled out a cup, and I peed in it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, you did drink a lot.
And I peed all over the floor of my car, too.
Well, that's unsurprising, I guess. Yeah, no, it was a good night. I'm glad we did it. The thing is, I almost wasn't going to submit, mainly because I'd been kind of working so much and was so tired.
Yeah.
And, I didn't leave or anything early because I was upset. I didn't even leave early.
But it's a good high.
Oh, yeah, totally. I feel great that we did it. I want to do it again. And, I was so shocked to find out that cave video chick lives, I don't know where she lives, but is in the Twin Cities or something.
I know.
I was like, damn, because that was a video that just organically popped up in my YouTube like a month ago.
I followed someone back on Twitter that I thought was them. See, this is another thing. We're sitting in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes up on stage, and I say to Thomas, I'm like, they follow me.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I felt really good about that because I knew we were going up, and it would have been like one of those moments where you see someone else. Oh my God, that's Nokeric and the Mammoth.
Right.
Turns out it was the wrong person. I followed them, and now I just have to follow them now.
Yeah, they both apparently have like distorted, weird art,
sad
profile
world-esque
pictures.
Yeah.
And so Eric mixed them up, and then this other person responded to Eric like, "Oh my God, thank you for following me." And Eric couldn't very well just be like, "Wrong person."
I did say wrong person. I thought you were someone else.
Oh,
but
okay.
I can't just
But I won't
dump them off
unfollow
like
you,
that. They'll
I
kill
guess.
themselves.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few people who went up and got real booed real hard that I think must have gone home and killed themselves from last night, like the Russian lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she talked about how she's Russian, but it had nothing to do with the video.
She had a music video, and it was fine. It was whatever, but it had nothing to do with Russia. Anyways, Eric and I had a good night.
It's a good night.
You want to answer some of these questions? I got some questions.
Oh, sure.
And we're at an hour, so.
Yeah, we'll answer some questions and get the fuck out of here. You guys hear this? This is my favorite alarm noise of the bunch. To wake up to this, it's like, this is going to be a good day. Yeah, I could dance around to that. Okay.
Do you have questions?
Yeah, let's see. What are your thoughts on shorter videos? Higher output might help you beat the shadow ban. No, it won't, Samuel Rush.
So Sam, I kind of just did that. I made like a shorter video, and it got like a decent response. I did get 2 new patrons out of it.
Okay.
And so part of me was like, sort of like, well, fuck, this shit kind of works. Should I continue? And then I'm just like, well, it's just fucking lame. Especially like doing what we did last night. I'm like, I could never show the video I just put up, the AI video, at something like that, because it's like not that good. And I just really only kind of care about making shit that's good and fun and awesome. So no, somebody left a comment on that video like, is this your pivot to becoming like a YouTube video essayist, whatever? Fuck
no.
He was like, you'd probably get more views if you kept it up. And it's just like, yeah, I probably would, but I'd probably hate my videos too. So is it worth it? No.
Also, playing to the algorithm by creating content related to trends could work for you. Then you'll appear on more search results and related videos. Sam, I do this with shorts, kind of, and it's all just a big troll anyway. And I just personally have not developed the skill of making relatable videos. And I don't get off on it. And I have some sort of complex where I get embarrassed by them.
I also do.
If I'll make not to shit on people that do.
Some people do it very well.
And the thing is, I when people are good at that, I marvel at it in a different way. I go, oh my God, like, you must be like killing yourself thinking about how to be on top of the culture constantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not good at that. So
me neither, Sam.
And I think I'm going, I'm figuring something out. And it's like, to me, it'll be even cooler if I make it happen
without that,
doing it my retarded way.
I agree. I think it will be cooler. Speaking of, I've got some good news. I should be getting like like a pretty good looking book cover tomorrow or the next day, which is fucking sweet.
Send it to me.
I was talking to Slash today. I will as soon as I get it. Do you have more questions? I got some.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Nate R. Says, hey guys, hope you had a nice Christmas and New Year. I was busy driving to every corner of the state of Ohio for the holidays and turned 21 on the 28th, so I didn't have a chance to type out my lame New Year's resolutions. Well, happy birthday, Nate. I'm hoping to get better at photography or target practice in 2024, and I was thinking about making a first crack at content production for YouTube with some old hi-fi equipment and computer projects I have going on most of the time. Nice. Noah and you guys are a massive inspiration for me, and I would love to try and do some garbage skits with my friends too. Thanks for exposing Ian V to me as well. That guy makes insanely good stuff. Yes, he does. What kind of light meter did you get? I've been using one from Revenue Labs for my cameras. My girlfriend got me a Sekonic light meter for Christmas, Nate, and I wish you the best with your content creating endeavors and photography and shooting shit. Thank you. Thank you for all your nice words. Now, Big Johnny has some questions as usual.
Patrons, be more like Big Johnny.
Yeah. Big Johnny comes through with a list of questions every time, guys, and we really commend Big Johnny every podcast, and I don't want to do that because Big Johnny doesn't need this much of an ego boost, but none of you guys can leave questions, apparently, except for fucking Big Johnny.
Just write some bullshit.
Let's literally write some bullshit.
Cut or uncut.
Anyways.
You know?
Big Johnny says, an absolute banger per usual. Happy New Year's, fellas and fans. Now for the juicy questions. 1. What's the best movie you've seen in a while, and why did you like it?
I was talking about it last night, actually, because they were showing it at the Parkway Theater. I saw The Iron Giant during a huge rainstorm this fall. And it's a great, great animated movie. Brad Bird, who made The Incredibles, probably one of my favorite movies. Makes you cry, makes you laugh. The mom is hot.
Yeah. I'd say the best movie I've seen recently, I'll give... God, I watched Burning on Netflix recently. I really enjoyed that movie. I like it. I don't know. I like I forget what that guy's name. The guy from fucking The Walking Dead, the Asian guy. You know that guy?
Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn. I don't know his real life name.
That's his name.
But Glenn's in the movie. I love him as an actor when he's like not playing Glenn on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
But that movie's really kind of insidious and creepy, and it's fucking sweet. But yeah, I'd say that's. I saw that super recently. It's not the best movie I've seen in a while. It's really good though. 2. Are you a good dancer? Would you like to be better? What's your favorite dance move?
Fuck no, man. I never dance, and I never will. And I never want to.
I'm pretty mid to bad at dancing, Big Johnny. I occasionally dance at like like my friend's wedding. I danced at because everybody was dancing, and I didn't want to sit at the table the whole night. But I don't like it.
You pussy.
I don't like it, and I'm not like retarded at it, but I'm not that good at it.
Then sit at the goddamn table.
No.
Like me and 3 other people.
No, and it's also like I'm not gonna. So it's. I don't really hate it. It can be occasionally fun.
Earlier this episode, you were saying you were brave.
Also, Big Johnny, I'm gonna say this. This isn't that weird. I don't think. I like dancing by myself in my fucking apartment with nobody around.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't ever say that again.
No.
To anybody.
I don't have a favorite dance move though, Big Johnny. I don't know any dance moves. Finishing off, Big Johnny has a little secret project for you. TBA soon. Well, Johnny, I guess I will find out. Lots of love and good luck in the new year. P.S. Thomas, love the sticker of mackerel. He is on my planner, bringing good luck.
Wow.
Thanks, Big Johnny. Yeah, guys, if you did not receive a mackerel sticker and you are a patron of mine, reach out to me in the Patreon DMs or other DMs. I don't check Twitter. Yeah, Eric, I think I have some for you finally.
Oh, sweet.
But maybe I forgot them.
I want
again.
the stickers.
We'll see. Anyways, guys, you got anything else?
I bought a bunch of Polaroid packs. I'm going to take Polaroids and send them to my patrons.
Sweet.
And even if you're not on my Patreon anymore, for like the last 8 months, I'm going to send you one.
I did that to a few not patrons.
That's going to be a shitload of Polaroids, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be naked in all of them.
Nice.
And you could also, if you don't have any money, you could subscribe to Patreon for free.
Right.
And so that's kind of like a newsletter. You know, I could email you. I could flood your inbox with all sorts of crap.
And here's what I should say this real quick because I don't know if this one might end up public, which is Eric and I are probably going to be releasing more of these Patreon or more of these podcast episodes publicly.
Yeah.
Maybe like every other episode or some kind of like consistent schedule. But point being, if you watch these public episodes for free on the YouTube and you want more, there's over 100 episodes sitting on either of our Patreons. Just go sign up for our Patreons and you can get access to over 100 episodes of this stupid fucking podcast.
Yeah, and it's once a week, and
we do it every week in a different spot. It's fun. It's good stuff. I hope you like it.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's it.
See ya.